Hey everyone, I did that backwards. I meant to bring the music down, and instead I brought my own mic down so nobody could hear me, because I'm a dope. I was like, oh.
Yes, professionalism.
Oh my god, come on, Kristi.
I know, I didn't say anything before I did it. I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's not the right audio. That was me, not the music. Anyway, we're back and doing some more exciting, dramatic D&D going on here. What is it like? Climax the story in this Dragon Heist. Players could be getting close, or are actually in currently the Vault of Dragons. So usually Yella gives us a little recap of what happened previously. So please go ahead.
Yeah, so last time, for that, we finally went after the dragons. We fought some dark mantles, and at the end of that was the next session started, where Clue, very mad at the person who had castled, tried to squeeze himself through a hallway he really couldn't fit to, which led to Mara having an entire conversation with a local butler when trying to pet some of the laser beats, which would have gone terribly wrong. So there was a bit of a discussion there. Then we sent Rennie up there, but only after Clue tried to run up there and then quickly renegotiate what is all the laser beasts. After which we found the passageway down into where the actual vault was. We opened up the vault, went inside, looked at some real fake doors for a second. Then we found a mural. Thelvar got charmed by the mural, started kicking all of our asses. Perry went down, so that's the thing that happened. Now we are going to continue to get our ass kicked.
Yeah, I guess that was pretty much it. So previously, because of a time restraint, we stopped in the middle of the battle, and we are starting again, this time with Thelvar at the top of the order. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Is anything left out that anyone wants to add before we go forward?
No.
Nope, that was it? Okay.
Nothing important.
Okay, then, I guess really, Thelvar, it's your turn. What's Thelvar going to do?
Okay, with Paddy down, Thelvar first turns to Mara and basically, last chance, Mara, back off.
All right, so you're going to take your turn to basically warn your party members off of, because you're not there to kill them, you're there to protect the Fresco. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right.
Wait, I did just remember one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever decide how Clue was carrying Perry? Was he dragging him, or did he just pick him up?
I thought he picked them up in the end, he decided.
I don't remember which was.
I thought he was dragging him.
Well, I guess it's up to Clue.
So which one is it?
I think Clue would be far more of a dragon than he's a carrier, to be honest.
Grab him by an arm is just...
fact, lift.
Okay. That's all I just remembered.
Oh, you guys are so funny. All right. I see you waving a sib. Anyway, I should put you all up, and we should get y'all avatars like we do with our Twitch stream, and I can put that camera in going forward. Anyway, Clue is dragging Perry. Are you going to continue to drag Perry? It's like difficult terrain, so you can get half movement away.
He is behind the corner, and then he's going to tell he's tasting arty shit. So next person using an attack against him has advantage.
Okay.
Which, I'll remind you, includes grapples.
So Clue is dragging Perry around the corner.
Yeah, I can't drag.
Do you want to go where Clue would go, and then a sip can put Perry where?
Yeah, I've gone where Clue wants to go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just that one?
Yeah, because you're not around the corner on my screen. You're basically
like... should be around the local corner here. And that's how far you can go in a single turn.
Okay.
There you go.
No.
It just like
Oh.
yeah, it just jumped crazy.
I guess we're playing
Okay.
internationally and we're doing explorer mode, so it's yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as Clue rounds the corner, Dragon Perry's body, Bar goes, "Hey Clue, what you doing? What's going on?"
I mean, you can't see Clue. He's still invisible.
Oh, he's invisible right now?
Just spontaneous.
Oh, so
Yeah.
the Perry is just
So-
moving on his own?
So Perry is
His body's
just dragging.
slide. I mean, you do hear him, so you're pretty sure Clue is around. You
Okay.
do just kind of see Perry's body just
Nice.
dragging along.
Okay, then if Perry's body's just casually dragging along, leaving a big trail of blood and whatnot,
The barrel's still going to think he's a ghost.
not necessarily. That should just be like, because she can't hear Clue. Just be like, Perry, what you doing?
Oh, wait a second. I can also still do my action, so I'm gonna try and do a medicine check.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Increase his
Stabilize
chance of
Perry.
being dead. Hey!
Yeah. So you
Not
stabilize.
dying.
Yep. You stabilize it. That means no more death saving throws for you, Sib.
Yay!
But still unconscious.
So does
But,
this mean you
yes.
can tell me what happened with the one we did roll?
Oh, you passed it, I think.
Oh, phew.
Oh, it's good to know that Kristi remembered.
Yeah.
So is-
I was
so is Clue
disappointed.
the
I
ghost?
remember being disappointed. Some more tension.
Who's gonna say anything to Habara talking to knocked out, bleeding on the floor Perry?
Just like, it's just. I mean, I guess Barrow wouldn't see Clue looking at her,
Exactly.
but he's gonna be going. Barrow maybe won't have him be a bit less dead, like.
Oh, you're here, Clue.
Yes.
Well,
Oh. Clue
I
just
don't-
kind of looks at his. I mean, I guess you're not seeing this again. But he just kind of looks. I guess he doesn't look at his own hand because it's still invisible. He's just, oh yeah, invisible. Forget that sometimes.
So why is Perry on the ground and not doing stuff? To get
Thelvar
Thelvar?
stabbed him. I think like a couple of times.
But
We're getting to the end of 6 seconds.
I don't understand.
Well,
You can use your
Let's
turn if
go.
you want. Yeah. Free actions. All right.
mhm.
Perry,
Okay, yeah.
unconscious, doesn't need a death saving throw. So, moving on. Friend. Friend was so confused by all this.
He is gone. Just use Clue's advantage and I'm gonna guess roll twice for grapple. 15. Oh no, he does have advantage. 17 it is. Thelvar's time to contest.
Yep. God, I'm such a ghost slow at the moment. And bring out loud. Where's my sheet gone?
It's
Hold on.
acrobatics or
Oh, yeah,
you can
correct.
use acrobatics
Yeah.
or athletic to contest the grapple,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I think it was just
Yep.
Hannah needs her sheet.
My
Oh, I
sheet
know. I was just
closed
clarifying for
itself.
myself.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, you are 100%
Mhm.
right. The person who's defending has the option. The person who's grappling has to do athletics.
Yep.
Teaching D&D while we game.
Mhm.
It's educational and fun.
Fuck you.
Yep, this is pretty far for this course.
Oh my
Why
god.
does he keep rolling this shit? Jesus.
It makes for such
Basically,
good
like-
story.
Ninjas. Nimble writes arms away.
What is Thelvar's strength anyway?
I mean, plus 6. Oh, he also has proficiency in athletics, doesn't he? Fuck.
Yeah, strength
Three?
is 16, so
Yeah, not
plus
bad, yeah.
3.
But 3,
Still, it's not like an 18 or a 20, so.
God damn. Ugh.
Friend is very confused. Maybe isn't really trying, like just like letting yes. Like, Thelvar, I love you. Why are they asking me to do this? All right.
But buddy, why?
Is that everything with Friend's turn? The grapple? Stay there, though? What else is Friend gonna do?
I mean, he can't really do much else, unfortunately.
Okay, yep, just want to make sure before I move to Mara.
All right, I got a couple of things that I want to do. Okay. Does Mara? Should I roll perception to see if Perry is stabilized?
Yeah, you can roll perception to see if you can how well you can assess his condition from where you are relative to where he is.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, you can see that Clue. Whatever's happened to Perry, he's breathing normally again, and doesn't seem to be struggling for breath. He's not conscious, but he, doesn't seem to be bleeding out.
We'll just
All
like
right.
stuff some cloth into the wound, just keep the pressure on, just like it's fine.
Just some cloths, levitate above Perry's body and then get pressed down on his body.
So Mara sees that Perry is fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that was your free action.
That was my free action. Will taking a potion be considered an action
bonus.
or a bonus action? Okay,
Mhm.
cool. All right. I'm going to take the frost giant potion that yes, that was what I had. Yes. The frost giant potion that Crichton gave me. I can't even remember my other character's name. So that's going to put me at 23
Crichton.
strength. Yes, Crichton. It's going to put me at 23 strength.
Okay.
Let me just correct that on my sheet so that.
Roll with.
All right. Yeah. And Mara kind of realized, having been exposed to the facade,
Mm-hmm.
kind of knowing that there's no way to get around this. There's legitimately no way. She's gonna have to take Thelvar down.
Okay.
And so she looks at Thelvar and goes, Thelvar, you're my friend, and I trust you. I respect you.
Then just back off, Mara.
I'm not going to destroy the art. I believe in not destroying art. Art will always stay sacred. It is how we communicate. However, we have to continue this mission. If we do not continue our mission, we cannot go home. I am sorry, my friend. I truly...
You're welcome to continue the mission. I'm staying here.
I can't let you. I'm sorry.
And that's Macy.
Okay. Oh, so you're okay. So 17. Yeah, so that hits, and you're doing 11 non-lethal slashing or non-lethal
Yes.
damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Don't you still have the copies?
One last copy, yes.
one last what?
Was it one?
One last
Yeah,
mirror.
The blink
did
copies.
did Thelvar have any more copies?
Oh, right. Mirror
yeah,
image or something.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Last one.
Well
more
remembered. Very well remembered.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Cat tip to
Damn
whoever
all
said
of
that.
you.
Well,
Really? Who said that? Who said that so I can fly over to wherever the hell you are and beat you with a baseball
I've
bat?
got to go.
Fair is fair.
Yeah. It's what makes the drama. Think how much
mean,
more
to be
exciting
fair,
it'll be.
I was thinking Thelvar had like 3 more.
No,
Nice.
we really. Perry had already killed 2 of them.
I
Yeah.
think 2 got taken out. Yeah.
Shit, and that's all I could.
Yeah, it took out the copy.
All right.
So that's the
Cool.
last
And
one.
I can't go, and I
wait,
can't.
is
Do I
it,
have a rage left? I do have a rage left, but I can't go into a rage because I already used my bonus action.
Yeah. So for next round.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many did you
Um,
copies were there? 3 or 4?
There was 3, but 2
Okay.
of them had gone already, so that was the last one.
All right. What was that, Sib?
I was going to point out that Mara, just for the monk thing, monk attacks, even if you had the bonus action, because you attacked two-handed, you wouldn't be able to do the other attack.
I could tell you, don't
You
think
have to attack
two-handed
one-handed.
matters. Don't think it specifically says one. It says monk weapon, and if you use the favorite weapon thing, she could do it with her longsword. Otherwise, you need to use a monk weapon specifically, or. But I don't think you necessarily need an open hand via the wording.
Okay, geeking out.
And
All right.
it's
That's
so
different.
I've moved on from being able to just use monk weapons because I am now also a barbarian.
No, monk that's specifically for your bonus attack. Specifically, it says using an unarmed strike or a monk weapon.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, the monk double attack.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's why I was like, no, I wasn't gonna use an unarmed attack. I was gonna go into a rage.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Mara, gives this pleading speech of compassion to Thelvar and then swings with her longsword and it blows through the last mirror image of Thelvar. So she'd been talking to a copy the whole time. Next.
I mean,
Great.
they're on the same place, so
Wait,
they
where-
fuse through each
oh.
other. That's why they're hard to hit.
God fucking damn it.
Right. Next up, then, that was your turn, right? Can I
Yes.
say that was everything? All
I
right.
can't-
Oh, cool.
Can't do anything else.
She's just going to casually walk up slightly. So now that she can see everyone and everything. And do you want me to do a medicine check just to see how shit everyone looks?
Well, I mean, do you want to have a look around to see who looks particularly wounded?
It's more just like a survey because I know that Perry's at 0, Clue's at like less than half.
Well, Clue is invisible.
Clue's like at
Clue's
well, yeah,
invisible,
there's that.
so you can't see him.
But like I know that Clue's down like really low, isn't he?
Technically, not. Technically, barely half.
Okay. And I think Mara's like just slightly over half.
Yeah, how's Mara feeling? She looks kind of rougher for wear, but not approaching death's door.
Yeah, it depends on how what Thelvar decides to do next.
Fair. That's
so,
fair.
do you want me to roll a quick perception or a medicine just to like?
I mean, if
have
you want to
Thelvar
scan
take
the
that
room,
in?
let's see how much you're able to take in based on your perception roll. If you get like a 2, then you just see people. If you get like an 18, you're able to basically to
really seeing God all the time.
You pretty much
Heaven.
see exactly how people are feeling. You get a good sense of where they are health wise and who's at a critical point and who's not.
Yep. Okay. Then. Yeah. She'd gaze across the room, obviously not looking at Clue because he's invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess just looking at
I mean, with that
face where
perception
Clue
roll,
probably is.
She can see Clue.
She can see the blood droplets.
are like flowing around him.
Yes.
See the sweat from her dragged Perry.
With his little noodle arms.
She'd end up looking at Perry and for the first time, like really kind of realizing that Perry is a person that needs all of the normal person stuff that people need.
Like blood inside of them.
Yeah, like blood inside their body rather than all over the floor.
Always, better than not, generally. Yeah.
And she gets off. The perpetual smile that always is on her face just goes away. And seeing everyone beat the fuck out and Perry actually coming close to being dead, she lights up on fire as she does when she's mad. And makes a gesture at Thelvar and turns to probably not exactly face Clue, but in the general, probably not facing Clue, but in its general direction of come bring Perry out here. And then continues the rest of her movement, which would put her there.
Okay.
Wait, where
And
did she go?
she's leaving the room, but as she's leaving the room, Thelvar can find the spell. There it is. Thelvar, you start to feel an intense,
Nothing dinged.
searing pain as you take 18 damage.
Come save.
What
No.
are you hitting up a sword? And I assume.
Nope.
It's a spell.
Thelvar's
It's
wearing
metal.
studded leather armor, and the save is to drop whatever is heating up. But since it's armor, you can't drop it.
I never thought. Oh yes, I guess the studs instead of leather are in fact metal. Huh.
Yep. Also, studded leather armor is made with strips or plates of metal inside the armor.
So Thelvar
leather.
can use his turn to start to take off his armor, for instance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
otherwise, he has
And
to
it
take
takes
damage.
10 rounds
Yeah.
to take off light armor.
Shit.
Thelvar's occupied. Okay. Anything else with your turn?
That's why you need to strip off armor.
Nope. That's it. I mean, yeah, the spell is why you need strip off armor or no armor.
All right.
So
Mara's like, well, that's
16 damage? No, 18 damage, yeah?
18 damage.
It's turning into the wolf under me.
Thelvar, yes, suddenly you start to feel rapid heating, like a searing of the various pieces of metal on your body as Habibara's spell goes into effect, and it is now your turn. So it is getting, steaming hot. What would Thelvar do? What will Thelvar do?
Thelvar roars in pain and strikes out at Mara
Okay.
with a shocking grasp. Strike.
I think he's still technically holding that torch, or did he drop that? Because otherwise he can't use his spells.
I thought he had I thought he had that.
Oh,
but also
point,
you do
yeah.
have disadvantage.
Subtle spell
you're
does take
wearing-
arcane points, so
Yep. Use an arcane point.
You do have disadvantage because that's the other property of heat metal.
oh, thank
Oh,
God.
don't
on your
drop
attacks.
Yeah, if you don't drop it, you get disadvantage.
Okay, so another roll, please.
I mean, his on hit is always of the melee attack, so that's a number you always need to ignore.
Okay, yep, so 9, and that would miss.
Yeah. Well, the 9 misses, and so does the 13. So.
Well, no, that was disadvantage, but so we needed a second roll.
I mean, to be honest, technically he should be rolling his weapon attack, because that's the thing the actual hit comes off of if he's doing
I've combined them into two things.
Yeah, she did the thing that I suggested a few months ago.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The 13 and the 9 both miss.
Oh no, we're just being technical with roll 20.
Yeah. Also, when you roll a disadvantage, you have to roll two 20-sided die. And so that second roll wasn't a second attack. It was the second roll to see if it was higher or lower than the first one.
Understand.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so either way it missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Mara's going, oh, thank you, baby Jesus.
Yeah, Thelvar screams in pain and brings down his weapon. I step it because it was, there's more of a reaction than an actual, deliberate attack. It was yes.
Mara sees it happen and had seen what happened to Perry, and as it happens, she goes, "Sweet baby Jesus! I saw my life flash before my eyes, and that was a very long life."
Thelvar's turn. Anything else with your turn?
Yeah, I get second attack.
Yeah.
So that'll
Womp womp womp.
Yeah. All right. So that's
And,
second. Mhm.
And at what point do I take more damage from the heat metal?
I think
end
at
of
the
my
end of your
Hibara's
turn, right?
Hibara's
Oh.
turn. It takes a bonus action.
Oh, okay. You have to use your bonus action. I didn't read the spell that closely. All right, then after Thelvar, it is Clue. You Perry stabilized. Hibara said something to you. Now Thelvar is screaming and swiping out at Mara.
I mean, should probably be helping Mara, but I told him to get Perry over here first. So he's gonna drag along and can just as well bonus action dash, get another 15 feet to get him out of the room completely.
Okay. At that point, like, come over, Thelvar is in the room and sort of.
And laughing at all of us as this is happening.
Oh yeah. They're like, he's got his bets down, so he's.
I want to know who, what everybody's bet was after this is over.
Yep. So yeah, there. You can also kind of tend to parry. Right. Clue, is that your entire turn? Your bonus action, your movement?
I mean, I have an action, but nothing's in range.
Okay. All right. You are
So yeah, that's it.
still out. So we are back to
Why is
friend.
Perry in control of the?
What?
Also,
Does
my
Perry-
sword.
Oh, that was it. Thelvar doesn't have a torch. Thelvar has Perry's lantern.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Also,
You
my
got it
sword's out.
Yep,
Mhm.
So, yes.
Thank you.
If anyone wants to go ahead with friend,
I mean, friend doesn't know what's going on anymore at this point, to be entirely honest. So he's just gonna dip. This is the definition of not his fucking problem. Right?
oh, but quick question:
So
had
he is
Perry
just-
is it
No,
yeah, but Thelvar pops it
Yep.
back up if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, it should be 30
yeah,
30.
Clue put out the torch.
Yeah, because Perry put the lantern out. Thelvar took him down and then picked the lantern up and reopened the shutter.
okay? Yep, and you've got 10 feet of or 20. All right, that would be, I think, everyone. A friend is moving away.
He's confused and just doesn't know what to do. So he's just gone.
it's okay.
Nope, he's done.
All right, then we are
Who
back.
did take Perry into the main room with him,
He
right?
has 60 feet of movement. I won't tell you 30. Like he's way to fuck just out of the room at this point.
Friend is friend is a badass.
Who's
Got some
just playing him
steel on
wrong?
Jesus.
Or sorry, Yellow's just playing him wrong.
I mean, to be honest, I've not been attacking. He doesn't want to attack his friend, so
This is true.
if he just wanted to kill Thelvar, I mean, that would have been easy.
All right, Mara.
That's
to
true,
you.
because he does have like 3 attacks, doesn't he?
Yep.
So Mara again apologizes profusely. He's like, "I am sorry. I don't want to do this. I truly do not want to do this, but it's the only way.
Don't just leave me.
I can't. You are my friend. I can't let this happen to you." And with that, Mara goes into a rage. Now let's see if I can actively. Oh, I apparently did not activate my rage.
Do you really want to rage right now?
I mean, I have a feeling after this we're going to be taking a long rest because, Thelvar wrecked us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mara, you can
'cause
do
it-
whatever. Yeah, I think also you get them back on a short rest, don't you?
I don't remember. I know
Okay.
I get like
Rages on short rest, yeah, but
Yeah.
a lot of
It
resources.
doesn't matter if we're gonna.
We also
Um,
need back, so.
Yeah.
What would Mara?
Okay. So, no. Mara's gonna go into her last rage, and it's a +2, right?
On damage, yeah.
Okay. Fuck me. Oh yeah. See, I've broken the system. Fuck you. All right. Well, that's not how I want to do a thing.
Yeah, you want to just describe what you're going to do?
No, hold on. I'm trying to fix. Apparently, I fixed the thing, and now it's broken.
So when you press it,
Just-
nothing happens?
Well, no, I did it. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just not gonna have that on. And we're just gonna do the +2. So Mara's currently raging because if Thelvar attacks her again, no. Pulls out the longsword.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing non-lethal again?
Well, Mara's hoping to take Thelvar down to 1.
Yeah, so when you do non-lethal damage, you knock them unconscious, as opposed to like putting them on a death.
Can you do non-lethal with a slashing longsword?
I don't think you can smack someone in
with
the...
all martial. Technically, can do it non-lethal with literally everything.
You can do it with the flat of the sword rather than the blade.
I mean, you can literally do non-lethal with spells officially, although that's often home rule to be like bullshit, Bob.
Elhana, just keep me in the loop as to where you are. And that will dictate.
Oh, you'll have to look to see how Thelvar. Thelvar would have to describe how they're looking. They can't So
yeah, that works too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can. So Mara takes her sword and you turn it. So rather than getting the blade, Thelvar just gets cracked for 11 non-lethal.
No,
basically
12,
you're trying to
13.
13. Basically, it's like
+2.
taking a punch where you have a glass jaw and you get knocked out. Kind of, that's what you're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave me.
Ain't gonna happen, Bugaboo.
Anything else with your turn?
Mara says, "Ain't gonna happen, Bugaboo. You never leave a man behind." And stands her ground.
Okay, then we're to Hibara.
Comes out, and I'm assuming Clue propped Perry up here in this corner.
Yeah, that's where Felric is too.
Him down,
Felric can help kind of prop him up to loosen up his collar so he breathes a bit easier, look to see where he's stabbed and try to, put pressure on it.
Hibara comes up to Perry and heals him for 16.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, Perry, you feel a warm glow. Darkness of unconsciousness. You feel like a warm glow and a heat of fire around
and
you.
As soon as you open your eyes from this, you've got Hibara wreathed in flames and looking royally pissed. Never seen her before, staring you directly in the eyes.
Oh, fucking shit.
I mean, that's an appropriate response.
She stands up,
language,
over to Clue, and says, "Clue, get Thelvar when he stops."
Again, Hibara can't see this, but Clue's giving her thumbs up.
And she flicks her hand, and Thelvar takes 15
Thelvar's down.
All right.
Good. The screaming stopped right there. Perfect.
Thelvar just wails and then falls unconscious due to the pain. Everything just goes quiet.
Mara left Thelvar on 4 HP. That's why I was saying, are you sure you want to rage? It's not going to take much to take Thelvar down at this point.
It didn't matter. I wanted to rage.
I mean, in retrospect, we should have just started stabbing Thelvar a lot sooner.
I mean, yeah,
it's way more effective than the things you were actually trying.
Hibara is so angry.
Let's say you had a very calm conversation while you were raging.
You have to. Mara plays the. How do I say this? Mara is very much a. When she rages, it's like general rage.
It's more like seething rage than like yelling rage.
Yeah. Unless like something really bad happens. Like she doesn't want to yell at Thelvar. Like that was not the goal. It was just very much I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this, but this is the only path I see forward. Shit, fuck, damn.
It's the I love you, but I'm still going to kill you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So Thelvar's on the floor. Perry is getting up off the floor. Habara looks like who was the elven woman in Lord of the Rings when she went like
Oh God.
Yeah.
Galadriel. That's kind of
Galadriel.
I imagine Galadriel, but
Yeah, more fire, less blue.
I'm scared.
yeah. So
Also
Thelvar helps
small.
you up, Perry. Yeah. All right. What do you guys want to do?
I mean,
What do y'all
guess
wanna do?
Clue's
It's like-
gonna run in and gonna try and grab. Actually, you know what? Clue's gonna really tell Mara to start moving Thelvar, and I mean, you can get up to there, but he's
You don't even have to tell her. She picks him up.
okay. Because Clue is gonna start moving towards the mural, and it's just gonna start destroying it.
Mara picks up Thelvar because I'm assuming we're out of turn order at this point.
Yeah. It's
And just moves Thelvar out of the room.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. All right. Yeah, actually, when you start attacking the mosaic, what are you gonna do, Clue?
I mean, he's just gonna because it's a fresco, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it a stone fresco?
I mean, frescoes are all
Like this chalky thing,
stone.
something like that.
Yeah, it's like painted in wet chalk, and then the chalk dries. It's a huge pain in the ass. What is he gonna do? He's mostly because he needs to make sure the entire thing is destroyed. He's just gonna start just scraping really big lines into it to make
Okay.
sure the charm won't work, and then he's just gonna draw a giant penis.
All right. So go ahead and make an attack roll or a spell attack roll, whatever you want to do.
I mean, just gonna use it ripper, no reason to. 14.
That doesn't really seem to do anything. It's actually pretty difficult.
You want help. Mara is currently a very, very strong being.
Mara dragged Thelvar out here, right?
Yeah, Mara,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Then as soon as she did she drag him out or did she pick him up and dump him out?
Basically, not even fireman carry. Like Thelvar is like on her shoulder. She I'm assuming with that roll, it was a nat 20. I could bench press Thelvar without no problem.
Yeah, you just lift him, carry him like over the threshold.
No, I was thinking more of like over my shoulders.
Yeah, whatever works.
Okay.
Then as soon as Mara places Thelvar on the ground, Mara said, I need go get his manacles out.
What do I need to do do that? Investigation?
And you're
Let
looking
me
in
dig
the
through
bag
his
of holding.
bag.
Yeah. I'll make it a really basic check. Go ahead and just investigate. See if you can. It was a 5. Yeah, you could find them.
Awesome.
I mean, you've got plenty of time, right? So you could just look through and find. So yep, manacles are out.
While I'm making sure he doesn't die, cuff his hands.
Mara does as she is told.
Are you
Felric's-
going to cuff him? Are you going to cuff him with the hand? Are you going to cuff him with his hands in front or behind?
Ooh, good question. Shit. Mara thinks about it and then cuffs him with the hands behind.
Okay, because they're manacles. Either way, his hands would be able to be at rest at his side comfortably. But with behind, he wouldn't be able to lift his arms forward.
Yeah, that was what Mara was thinking. Mara's like remembering every single cop show that War has ever basically had the opportunity to watch.
Yep. Thelvar is stabilized.
Did you find any rope in there?
I don't know. Did I find rope, DM?
I don't know. Does anyone have rope in your inventory?
I mean,
Why do you
Does Thelvar have rope? That was
Clo
my
has
way
rope,
of
but he's
roundabout
not in the
asking
room.
if Thelvar had rope.
Hempen
Do
rope
I
anywhere?
still have rope?
Or silk if you're really fancy.
Yep.
I've
still
got string,
rope.
but
Still got rope.
Yep, so there is
So did
also
Nara
rope.
find the rope? Okay.
Yeah, I'll say when you were digging around. When she would have seen it in the bag when she was looking around for the manacles, so she could find them, yeah.
So she
Give me the
kind of
rope.
hands over the rope.
And what has Clue called for Mara or anyone?
Clues over
No.
there trying to destroy the mural at the moment.
Okay.
And Felric
And
actually
sucking-
went over to see him too. To help.
Okay.
But I haven't got that far yet. Yeah, so what's Habar gonna do?
She is going to tie the rope to one of Thelvar's ankles. You want me to
Okay.
roll for that? It's just
No,
not-
he's I'll say that based on the fact that he's not resisting, you'll be able to do that without it would just take a 10, basically.
Okay. Then do you want me to draw it? I know you're not the most geometrically.
You want to describe what you're doing?
Ramiel is not your friend. Yeah, basically she's just going to loop the rope over the other ankles and make a slip knot,
Okay.
and then loop through the center. Well, not loop around the center of the rope and then run it through the center chain in the manacle,
Okay.
so that basically it's a leash that if you pull it, it would trip Thelvar.
Right. Yep.
But he would still be able to like move freely and stuff.
Yes, just not very quickly or with any grace. You couldn't escape easily. All right. Yeah, you can do all those things. I think it's fine. So Felric will come over by you, Clue, and pull out his pistol and fire at the wall, at the fresco. He too got the same score. He
freaking
struggles.
God damn it.
It hits, but it doesn't really seem to do any damage.
Also, doesn't he need to make a save against charm or try entirely immune?
He's elf.
Yeah, he's
No, they have advantage against it, but no
they
full
rolled.
resistance.
They rolled before. I had
Okay.
them. Yeah, so he's okay with it. I'm gonna try one more time because he's pissed now that he missed. Fuck.
God
Wow,
damn
that's a-
walls!
that's a tough Fresco.
He's gonna call over his friend Kribbig. He's like, Kribbig, come over here and help me. So Kribbig is also. I'm just gonna use Felric's, but he's gonna also try firing at it. Fuck! No! This fucking
Can
fresco.
you try again?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
These guys aren't doing anything.
Because he's right next to it, he's gonna take the take aim at you, not taking
Okay.
any risk, and he's just gonna advantage stab it. 16.
No, doesn't do
The
any
fuck is this
damage.
molten ball made out of? Jesus.
All right, they put away their guns and they're gonna take their swords and see if they do any better. Yes, finally, Felric manages to cut part of it off and damages sort of like a 10 by 10 square of it. Damn. Yeah. So there you go. Want to help, Clue? Who wants to help? There we go. He gets
That's
another
better.
smash in.
Jeez.
Yeah, pistols weren't doing anything.
19.
There you go.
I
Yep,
imagine we
that'll-
hear all of this.
Oh yeah, you hear gunshots ricocheting all over the stony
Do we hear
halls.
cursing?
Oh, so much
Yeah.
cursing in a whatever they speak, a drowish.
Undercommon.
Undercommon.
Undercommon, yes. Which,
Undercommon
Clue,
or Elvish.
Clue, you
either.
understand now because you've been studying Undercommon.
Unless they're doing Elvish, then he borrowed them. And
Yeah.
I guess Thelvar also is
probably doing
Elvish,
it
but
everything.
he's not. I mean,
And he's just going to
they
walk
do speak
over
any
after a while to
languages.
retrieve his
One of our
weapons.
party does not speak.
Yeah. So just for the record, they were
So-
going to be so cool and go over there and shoot it with their guns, and then it just completely fell.
So yeah, I think he's going to walk over to retrieve his weapons, watch them doing this, and just shake his head.
Okay.
Everything's gone wrong.
All right. Okay. I'm going to need a break myself, but if you all want to have a little powwow, or I don't know if that's you can say that, a little discussion as to.
Is this where we take the long rest?
I
Or
mean,
do we need to get Thelvar up first?
Well, you guys tell me what you decide when you get back.
Mhm.
Yeah, have those
I
conversations.
mean, we definitely want to. Yeah, we definitely want to, close the door before we take our long rest. Don't want anybody just like walking on us at this point.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna close.
So.
I'm heading out. I'm gonna BRB.
Yep.
We should probably check on Renier also.
I mean, if we're going to do
That's a
long
good
rest,
point.
yeah.
Nez is going to turn up at some point with the homunculus and the bloody gem.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna just assure them that everything's fine now. Just reconvene it fucking tomorrow because it's gonna be a long rest, and just close the door and just try again. This is in the castle ward somewhere, right? To use this location.
No, this was down near the dock ward, wasn't it?
This was
I'm just
a bit further
thinking
out.
what the just thinking what the easiest place for us to have this long, because if we are, because we're pretty much in the west of the dock ward, right? Because if we were in the west, like close place would be fairly close. If it's just to have a rest.
Yeah, but that also
Otherwise-
means we would have to leave and probably face those stupid face huggers again.
I mean, those paintings are so. She could technically remake them, but I doubt she could do that. And do we?
We don't know how many paintings she has. For all we know,
I
she'll put more
mean-
paintings up.
I mean, guess we do have rations with us, so we could just have a long rest here, but it'd still be inconvenient. Definitely don't want to keep the dungeon door open unnecessarily. Definitely want to close that thing off.
Well, I assume we don't need to eat because Mara would have given us our good berries.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, fair point.
in the pastries. So I
Mhm.
mean, it doesn't matter for a long rest, but we would get an extra, I think, a D8
Yep.
on short
Yeah,
rest.
some people need all of their spell slots back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's technically also a clue. But he only has to, so it matters less.
Yeah, down to one first level spell slot.
Oof. That on a half caster. At least Thelvar still has good damage output with cantrips.
hmm
Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna rest. Ugh. Yeah. So watch out for enchantments for the rest of the dungeon. Duly fucking noted.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mhm.
I can just entirely imagine when we're actually up against like the Guardian, that's obviously supposed to be like the boss of this area. Just gonna like get incredibly lucky rolls and just like killing the fuck a single round or something. Just like
That would be
get a
nice.
massively get her ass kicked by Thelvar, and then just the actual boss is just like.
That would also be very on brand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Because to be fair, with like 2 rogues and like some lucky rolls, you can do like just dumb amount of damage in a single turn. I think Clue's technical like max damage output is 60 or something.
All right, sorry for the delay. Are you guys still
Nice.
chatting, doing stuff, or are you just wasting time waiting for me to get back?
Just
Um,
Bit of both.
Yeah.
okay. Because found out the pizza place I delivered to was or ordered from was actually closed, so no pizza was ever on the way. So I just needed to sort out a bit of a. Yeah, I haven't eaten today, so I'm a little bit hungry. But anyway, we're gonna end earlier. It's okay. Anyway, what did I miss whilst I was gone? What have
We
y'all
just
decided?
brainstorming where to
Mhm.
take a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
hmm
All right. Well, then get back to it. I will mute myself, and you all can talk.
Yeah, I mean, the general plan we have is to all to long rest here, but we are gonna quickly have to go outside of the vault, making sure the lockup's behind us to check up with Renier and Nez, who might be running, considering Barry went down, just to make sure they both know what's up, and then just have a nice long rest, get our resources back, and then just back to tackling this dungeon.
Not that Thelvar has a say right now, but wouldn't it be useful to leave Renier where he is for now?
Well, it's more
it's
of
not
a
as much
check-
about. The thing is, a long rest takes 8 hours. So whatever Renier is doing is going to be done in that time. So we just need to make sure Renier knows what's up.
and our connection with Renier is gone. So,
So he's probably a bit worried.
Did he know?
That the connection was there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did Barry talk to him at any
Yes.
point? Okay.
Okay.
We didn't appear, but yes, Perry was checking on him, making sure everything was okay.
Okay.
Until Perry went down.
Then Renier just suddenly heard "fuck" inside his head.
Right, where would you guys be long resting?
I mean, the plan was inside of this place. I thought.
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear on
Mhm.
that because you're in Waterdeep, so I just wanted to be clear that that's what the plan was.
Mm-hmm.
The bar would argue for resting in one of the corners of the main room, preferably near the entrance.
Yeah. With the door firmly closed.
Yeah, when you look at the back of the door, the mechanism to close it is very similar to that of what it is to open it. So you could, by the looks of it, if you put the stones back in and close the little drawers, the door should lock again and then like pop open. So. Or like it becomes loose, then you can take the stones out. So
I mean, would we want to close that? Because doesn't Perry have to go up there?
I mean, we'd close it after the conversations happened and we're going into the long rest. It's mostly so nobody can like come in and try and shank us while we're asleep. Especially no displacer beasts.
Jarlax will come over and say, and I suppose we're still needed here, or do you want us to stay with you?
I mean, you don't. I mean, the reason why you're here is to take the dragon staff off us. Like, you don't need to be here while we rest, but if you want the dragon staff to get out of here.
Well, if you're needing to run out for communications, presumably. Why don't I have Saloon? Why don't you go out and fetch everybody dinner? Gets that really pissy drow who's not at all friendly, who sort of like gets up and nods. Doesn't make eye contact with anybody but the other drow and Jarlaxle, and sort of goes to like readies himself basically to, if your guy's going to do a long rest, they're going to get takeaway.
Nice.
It's fair enough. Sorry to take so long, but yeah. guess we should have learned to just. Guess today we learned we should just stab Thelvar if he starts acting up.
I don't necessarily like stabbing my friends, but
It's better than letting them stab you.
Right. Is Thelvar still
Yes.
unconscious, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to get him up before we take the long rest.
I mean, technically, Thelvar's been starting the long rest.
Real deep one.
All right, why don't you all decide like who is going to go outside to do what and in what order and what time you're going to need to take and any other things you're going to, get while you're out. I'm going to go back and check on my dinner to see how that's coming along, and then I'll come back and we can role play what the party has decided. Yeah? Okay, BRB.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Sloan's getting food. Perry is gonna need to go up there to deal with Renier. Mara might want to go talk to Renier because she knows more or is more involved with the entire negotiating with the old lady thing. Chloe is probably gonna be trying to guard the door, deciding who gets to come in and goes out. He borrows. Don't really know if Ibarra will want to go, would she?
Go back up?
Yeah,
No, she'll stay around with Clue.
yeah. Guess we're hanging around. I don't know. Do any of you guys want to do anything in particular for the rest?
For the rest itself.
Ibarra and Perry want to have a conversation about whether or not Perry is a ghost at this point, or
I will say, is Perry going up immediately?
when Perry goes up, Mara will follow him.
But that's the
Perry's
first thing
going to
that's
go up
gonna
pretty
happen, right?
quick because he wants to.
Okay.
So he'll want to stop Nez coming down. Although that's going to be meeting Nez, meeting Renier, and trying to convince Renier to take Nez as his bodyguard for the time being.
Pretty sure
So
Mara
that-
can convince anybody to do anything.
I mean, I think you're overselling her abilities there a bit. Like, what's
The
your
only person
charisma? +2?
Sorry. Well, the only person Mara has yet to convince to do something she wants is Clue and Thelvar. Everybody else has kind of fallen in line.
Barkeeper. Pretty sure there's been a decent number of people. The only
the
person who's been
barkeeper-
consistently able.
The barkeeper, did what
Barkeeper
she
literally
wanted.
told you to fuck off.
The barkeeper
We'll
told
have to give
Mara.
that guy money.
Yeah, but that was kind of what Mara knew was going to happen anyway. Didn't Mara say give him
But
more
she
money?
still failed. She tried to seduce him. Then when that didn't work, she got mad. But that didn't work. She just got pissy and walked off.
No, she didn't. She stood there the whole time. She stood behind Habara and just stared at him. She didn't do shit. That was Habara, not Mara. Anyway.
Anyway, your persuasion ain't that fucking high.
You know what? Whatever. I still want to know who won the bet.
I mean,
I think that has to
not
wait till
soon,
we see.
probably, because he
Presumably
probably bet that
everyone,
Hibara
because-
would die.
Well, no, I want to know who what the Drow's bets were and who bet on Mara and Hibara taking Thelvar down.
Well, I doubt anyone would be betting on Thelvar winning like a 4-on-1 fight.
I
Almost
mean,
dang well did though. If freaking
Yeah.
Hibara hadn't stepped in.
I mean,
Also, if I
to
had
be
if,
honest, Clue had at the very least one advantage attack on him, which, I mean, at that level of health, he could have just melted Thelvar with a good roll.
also if frickin' Clue had not healed Perry, Mara would have totally just fucked off.
All right, I am back. Sorry about
Mara
that.
would have just.
But actually
Welcome
got
back.
yeah, I got dinner actually ordered this time. So, Whew.
That was fast.
Nice.
well, it's a Lieferando. It's a delivery app, but it's yes.
Yeah, but I
I-
normally don't get food that fast.
Oh
When
no
I
no no
deliver
no
off
no!
of the
I
house.
had to. What I realized was the place I ordered from was closed, so I put in a new order at a different place. So now it'll be like another 30 minutes or something. But anyway, that's not important. I have enough sustenance in my body to continue the game, which that's all I need. Well, yeah. So what were y'all? What did the party decided?
Harry and Mara are going up.
Okay.
Clue and Hibar are staying around with Thelvar, who is taking his long rest. And
Good.
yeah, and then everyone will regroup after Harry and Mara do their thing.
Yep.
That's
All
the
right.
thing. Do you really want
Harry's
Thelvar
going up
waking
To
up?
meet
Like,
with Nez.
do you really want
Go on.
Thelvar waking up an hour before everyone else, not knowing whether the enchantment's gone
Well,
or not?
no, Hibar will be
Fine.
awake.
Also, Hibara.
I mean,
is
yeah,
up
Hibar
before
and the
he
Drow
is.
would all be because we elves only take 4 hours.
Yes, this is true. All right. So Mara
Yeah,
and
but if that Thelvar's fucked up, it still gives him a chance to fuck shit up before everyone else wakes up.
Oh yeah, no.
All right. So, are you guys are you gonna get operate the door to lock it behind you? Are you going to keep it open the whole time? What's gonna happen?
I mean, while they're getting food and have the conversation, they're going to leave the door open, but actively guard it. As soon as everybody's back, close it down so everybody can get their rest.
So yeah, through the converted windmill, whatever, and disappears into the night. Mara and Perry, you can start walking down the hallway and heading out. You climb the stairs again to get through the from that one room in the converted windmill. And yeah, the place is still a freaking mess everywhere. Yeah, the fires have gone out now from the but there's still a big mess to be cleaned up as you sort of make your way across over the dark mantle bodies. And you get outside. What do y'all want to do?
We're gonna go talk to. We're gonna go up the stairs and see if the old man will answer the door again. I guess.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, you climb the winding stairs that go to the top of the windmill area, and there's a dark door. You knock on it, and as you're going up the stairs, you can hear that it's very quiet. Like the screaming has stopped, the yelling has stopped, and how would you like to knock on the door?
Softly.
Everything's dead quiet. Okay, so with it's a kind of a crappy door, so it shakes it a little bit, but you hear the sound of shuffling approaching. And yeah, the door opens and you see the face of the elderly man you saw before, whose name I have to figure out because it's on a different page, but he says, "Oh, you're back. Oh, well, please keep it quiet. We've got her calmed down now." His name is Vasper. And Vasper says, "Yes, we've got her calmed down now, but anything might set her off. So, yes, as to be quiet. How can I help you?"
We just came to check on our friend, and Mara's saying this in a quiet whisper so that he understands. So she indicates to him that she understands the severity of the issue. We understand. We just wanted to check on Renier and see how he was doing. Do you mind if you would have him come to the door so we could just see how he is?
His cataract-colored eyes, aren't really focused on you so much as in the direction that your voice is coming from, and he nods and says, "Please wait right here," and starts to shuffle off. This time he doesn't shut the door behind him. He kind of leaves it, just a couple inches open not very much, but he doesn't shut it. And you hear him shuffle off, and after a few seconds, you hear a conversation in low voices, and then he gets. You start to hear that doorway. He exits the door, sort of to make room on the stairwell for him. If you guys step back a bit. Yeah, sorry.
Yep. Mara steps back, gives him the room.
Mm-hmm. So he steps out and kind of closes the door. Doesn't like close it all the way shut, but definitely closes it so that it's completely closed without having like you would if you were going to go back into a room where a baby was sleeping and you didn't want to use the door creaking knob to wake it up, you know. And he says in a low voice, "Oh, my friends, Perry, Mara, it's very good to see you. I lost you for a second and I had feared for the worst, but I also know you've been in some scrapes before and managed to come out the other side. I'm glad my confidence in you is well placed. What's the situation?"
We survived that trap. Didn't expect to be stabbed by Thelvar, but...
What? Stabbed by Thelvar? What happened? Is he alright? Are you alright?
Magic. Yeah, we'll be fine. Just a magic thing that's been destroyed and dealt with now, so it won't hurt anyone else.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear you're alright. Do you need me to come downstairs? Are you proceeding fine and I should just stay here? What's going on?
We're gonna go through a long rest. Our team looks a little worse for wear, and it's much needed. However, we know that you didn't necessarily volunteer to be exposed so long to somebody so unstable. We just wanted to check on you, make sure that you were okay before we proceeded with next steps.
Oh, well, thank you as well. Yes, it's been rather a blessing that you brought me here because I didn't realize in what sort of state Kalain had actually gotten herself as a consequence of the misfortunes that have befallen her, and I'm working with Vesper to try to convince her to come away into one of my villas that's located here, not too far by. And if it's all right with you, I can give you the address if you do need me. But I wanted to get her there after being quite worked up and also all the destruction. We wanted to get her to a safer, calmer place. And he sort of writes down an address. Hold on. I can look at the Waterdeep map to find a place. He goes back in the room with Vesper, and they kind of talk again in low voices. And yes, he said yes. He comes back with an address. Oh, get that out of the way. The address he gives you, well, I can show y'all. I'll just show you, put you on the map. So back down where you are in the corner with the blue square. There, his house is just at the end of Sword Street. He's got like another property in this ward, so he is going to be taking her there and gives you the address in case, for whatever reason, you might need him again.
So it's still going to be very close. Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so Perry's going to say, all right, I won't re-establish the connection with you. We trust you. But there is going to be a half-orc turn up any moment now. You'll know them by their longsword and their ring mail armor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to talk to them as well. And then if you can take them as your bodyguard for the time being.
Yes, of course.
Because I need them close enough to communicate with them, and it's keeping everyone safe.
Yes, they are welcome to stay at mine until this all gets sorted out. And if you ever need my sword, just, if you have a connection with that person, just call us both, and we'll both arrive. I think
That's
Vesper is going to try to give Kalain a sleeping draft to help her off once we've moved her and gotten her comfortable and trustful.
that makes sense. I'm sure Nazira will do everything they can to help you as well.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad to see that you're doing all right, and I wish you all the best. Yes, and
to you and the lady.
Yes, another one of my father's messes to clean up. But the recovery seems in your hands, and so it's all right. I'd like to put a priority on trying to put together this life again. The city of Waterdeep can do without 500,000, but Kalain needs a person who understands what she's been through. Anyway, I should get back inside.
I'll tell Liz to wait outside.
Oh, actually, if she wants to come up here and give us a gentle knock as you did before, that I will let Vesper know that those are coming, that someone's coming.
Yeah, okay, that works.
Right.
Right.
Thank you, Mara. Thank you, Perry.
Best of luck. Best of luck to you.
Before you go, will you please let the lady know that if she ever wants to sell any of her artwork, she has a friend at the ye old haunt. Her art, and her creatures that she infuses with her magic. I would kill for one of her kitty cats.
As well,
but
yes.
Just let her know.
Perhaps after if she's feeling a little bit better, maybe she'll let you go through her collection and pick out something for the tavern.
I would love that, and all of my prayers are with her. And like Mara does like something like that namaste, bow.
He gives you a sort of a Waterdeep nobility bow, graciously in return, and smiles at both of you.
And Mara walks off. Doesn't actually walk off. She skips off.
Goes downstairs.
With the promise of displaced beast and horrible face hugger art.
So sad. Right up Mara's alley.
Yep. All right. Okay. So yes, what do you do after you've talked to Renier?
Go back to the basement.
Harry's going to have to step outside and find Nez before Nez barges in and causes any new problems.
So what? Nez was at the market, right? And just was told to stay at the market.
But would have come running as soon as the connection dropped.
Okay. All right. Got it. So I think by the time...
it's basically step outside, explain to Nez what the new plan is, and let Nez know to give a gentle knock so they know that Nez is there.
All right. And anything else that you all want to do? Yeah, so you can talk to Nez. Nez goes upstairs, follows the instructions. Vesper lets her into the room and then closes the door. It seems like they probably put up a chair or something, whatever, for her to stay upstairs as well in the converted windmill. So that all seems to be sorted out now.
Lucky Nez. And now Perry would then return downstairs with the albatross as well this time.
Okay.
While they were upstairs.
Yes.
Hibar would have called Clue over to some graffiti that she drew on the floor. Okay. While you all were just letting Thelvar murder you.
Rude way of saying it, but not incorrect.
So, as you can see, this is the room we're in right now, and it's got these bridges up here.
Yes.
And I went upstairs, and there was a really long hallway here to gesturing at what she's drawing. I couldn't see down the hallway all the way, so it was very long. So either it goes like this, and she draws in the pink shape. Well, she doesn't draw it, she motions with the pink shape. Or it goes like this. She goes the green path that time. So why would we go through all of whatever is there and just skip to the end?
Well, what way exactly would we be skipping to the end?
By going up to the bridges.
Like climb up there, or
Well, I mean, we have rope. We can do like what we did with that jailbreak in Neverwinter, but vertically instead of horizontal.
I mean, get a rope up there.
I mean, I
We-
can just climb up there as a lizard.
Yeah, I mean, question: are these things like open on the top, or are they like tunnel bridges?
So when you look up, what you see are the underneath parts. And I'll have to kind of describe it to you because it's on a different map. But these bridges look dodgy AF. So they are made of stone. And at one point were probably quite sturdy, but have since either because of maybe the earthquake that happened, whatever, there's the one that is closest to the entrance, so the southernmost one, has it looks to be about like a quarter of the way out is damaged, but the last three-fourths looks fine. The one in the middle is a complete gap. There's you go about a quarter of the way out, and then there's just a complete gap where it's fallen out, and then about half of it that's fine. The one on that's northernmost seems to be, well, I mean, maybe the most together, but that one is about 3/4 of the way safe, and then it looks really, really dodgy on the last sort of quarter of it.
But they are like open on the side, so if you
it's just a
climbed
flat.
up the wall, you could get up there. I mean, not a horrible plan. If you can get up there, find a good attachment point, might be better than trying to maneuver over all of that rubble. The real question is.
So what you're looking at is you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at the bottom. You notice when you look at the stones in the bottom here is that they are the bottom pillars of the above bridges, and they're shaped in this way because they mimic a hammer, like a mining hammer. And the head of it is that those are kind of like the shapes that are near the bottom. But yeah, there's a lot of debris here where parts of the bridge have crumbled.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely, and if I were to assume the endpoint is going to be anywhere, it would be the pink line. The green one would have some really weird architecture for that line to be correct. So if we just try and climb up on the last bridge, we may in fact be able to skip most of this thing. But we should probably do some scouting because we checked one door that was real, but there's a lot of doors, and maybe others of those are both real and relevant.
That's true. We should check to see if other doors are
I mean, Thelvar's torch trick worked pretty well. Guess I can start passing all the other doors. You keep a lookout for the door.
Okay.
Just shout if anything happens. So Clue is gonna move up to, the door past the one we already opened, light up a torch, and start looking for drafts.
Yep, there's a draft in the door, that northwest corner doors that are there.
I mean, he's gonna remember to lay out of the room, and he's gonna be fairly confident that's the Fresco room, so he's going to somewhat carefully open the door just to check.
Yes, and if they oh yeah, they just push open.
Okay, so
yeah,
it's the Fresco room, and he's out again. On to the next one.
I can maybe even I don't know.
I mean, I
There's
can see straight through there now.
Yeah, both of those doors open now, so the light gets through.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And then nothing on the north, I assume, then?
Do you want to roll for perception? I'll have a...
Investigation. Mhm.
Yep, no, you
Just
don't
a
find
general
anything.
roll, 24.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll let that
and he's just gonna continue going along.
Mm-hmm. Those doors?
So, yeah.
No breeze.
Okay. I mean, he's just gonna go around.
Yeah,
so
just keep
unless he needs to roll for another thing.
and at those doors? Nothing at those
Here
doors.
either. And the last one where it can't actually lead anywhere.
Yeah, nothing in those doors.
Okay. No other entrances, so climbing it is. And he's gonna put the torch out.
Okay. By this time, I think Perry and Mara would have been able to go upstairs, have that conversation, meet Nez, send Nez.
Be back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so time for the long rest, then I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
So I take it when they get back.
Waiting for Sloon.
I take it when they
Yeah.
get back. Do you brief them on kind of like the conversation you had?
You briefed them.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, Clue's gonna like go up to Perry and I was like, okay, first things first. I checked all the other doors. They all lead to the same 2 rooms, the ones we've already been in. Hibara went upstairs and I checked, and basically just the bridges. So we're thinking of just climbing up to the last entrance there at the back end of the room and just skipping all of those. But we'll see about getting a rope up there tomorrow. Sound good?
That's to Mara
No
and Perry.
answer.
Have you
Yeah,
made
that's to.
sure?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have you made sure we can get up there first?
I mean,
Or do we
the
go to wait
plan
till tomorrow
is,
to check?
Hibara's plan is to have it turn into take some rope up there, fasten it, and then we can just use a rope to climb up, which should be fine for most of us.
Yeah, let's sleep
be.
and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. As you guys are wrapping up your conversation, Saloon comes back with a bunch of like rather large baskets, and inside there are several warm meals. So there's it's mostly like sandwichy bits, but they are also been done with like there's a roast beef, or there's also like a warm cheese and tomato kind of panini thing going on. Got some local beers and some bottles of water as well. And sort of looks at you guys and said, he kind of like reaches in, hands you the basket, but then hands you the basket, Clue. But then kind of like, hey, wait a second, reaches in and pulls out 3 potions of healing, puts it on his pocket, and then kind of like grabs a couple sandwiches and walks off.
Well, fuck you too, buddy. He's gonna just quickly inspect these things for poison.
Okay, right. Go ahead and give me an
Sure.
investigation check.
18.
Yeah, you don't smell or anything. None of the meat looks like or any of the bread looks like it's been stained with weird stuff. It all looks pretty straightforward. So.
Guess we can eat.
All right. So, the drow, Jarlaxle sort of used whatever supplies he brought to kind of like make a small fire, I guess, not too big because, but that is a pretty big vault, and you guys like it can get a bit smoky in here. So yes, in order to make it a little bit more like a campfire, they've kind of made a little entertainment fire, and they're eating their sandwiches, and Jarlaxle sort of motions you all over, to join them if you want. I don't know where Thelvar is relative to all of this. Drag Thelvar near or leave him where he is.
Leave him where he is.
I mean, we dragged Thelvar. I would imagine we had dragged Thelvar over to the entrance, so he's in the relatives all of this.
Okay. Oh, you're camping out right in the doorways, aren't you?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, with the campfire,
So,
you don't really need. your like all the lights on if you guys wanted to kind of turn off some of your lights and just sit.
So Barry would put his lantern out. I still assume we're going to want to heal Thelvar before we sleep.
I mean, if we destroy the Fresco, that should be fine. Also, I think it would just be kind of funny if we just woke up with Thelvar side up.
We don't know if destroying the Fresco would reach Thelvar. That's just an assumption.
I mean,
it could be a much more powerful curse.
I mean, yes. I mean, we're gonna keep him tied up, so
yes.
That much.
And
is
on
fine,
that note,
at least
Hibara hands Perry the rope. You're in charge of Thelvar.
But I need to sleep.
Velric will come over and say,
you can do both.
I can take the first one if you want. All the rest. Get my medication afterwards.
Appreciate it.
That works.
That.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got someone here who can fetch things for me now, so I don't have to go. All right, so if you all want to do, you're all doing a long rest. So why don't you do top up your stuff and whatever. Give me. I'll be.
So we're doing our
long rest, yeah.
Long rest.
Long rest.
Everything,
Yay.
any research you've done should be back, except, I mean, we didn't have any way of getting rid of Hittite because only half of those come back, but only expend those during short rest, so.
Lost 2. I lost a dart.
I mean, those you don't get back because they're physical items.
Well, no, I threw them at Thelvar.
Oh, so yeah, you can go
and
and
didn't
grab them.
recollect. I didn't recollect them. I don't want them back. I don't use them.
I mean, you're not really ranged class in either of your classes, so.
No.
I mean, it's always good to have something on hand.
This is very true.
Just something. To be honest, Clubel uses his bow as well.
Although I guess it's kind of moot because Mara's going to get that lightning spear in a couple weeks.
Lightning javelin. I'm so excited.
All right, I am back. So long rest.
Back.
Yep, you guys are all topped up. At night, music to kind of like pass the time a little bit. And they also took the shifts of, like between the elves as well.
I mean, I would definitely talk to Jerlax about making sure that at least one other elf is on watch while Sloon is. Because
I just assume Friend.
That guy.
Yeah, and Friend doesn't sleep. Oh, but yeah.
Yeah.
He'll keep Felric up with Saloon. Yeah. He is glaring at you, like, too often for comfort. All right. All right.
You say that, but I mean, normally she's just been like casually smiling back at him, but not now.
All right.
She is returning his glare in equal force.
He almost looks happy. She's giving him crap now, or like, showing him contempt. All right. You all wake up, or at least the people who have needed 8 hours of sleep. Of you guys can kill the time or pass the time, as it were, while the humans, the non-elves, slept. It's the next morning, or it's when you wake up.
I will say, shortly before everyone is awake, well, shortly before all the non-elven people are awake, Hibar would pass out good berries to the drow, including Saloon. But,
He's aware that Jarlaxle is watching him. So
like
he
here.
He accepts it. He doesn't seem happy, but his boss is watching him very closely as you approach, and so he takes it and puts his eyes down and looks somewhere else once he's accepted it. Felric is very happy. Kribbig also seems to be definitely warming to you, and the whole party. He's not quite as into y'all as Felric is, but seems to be less standoffish than before. And Jarlaxle, of course, just constantly has a small half smile on his face.
Well, let's see if that spell wore off. Clue's gonna just slap Thelvar in the face.
Wait.
Yep.
She shoves a good berry in Clue's mouth.
You could be less forceful about it, but thanks.
And then she does the same thing for Bar and Perry.
Boop, boop.
Mara's still asleep. Mara goes,
Makes it easy. She's like, no. Like holds her mouth up, rubs her throat like a dog.
Take your medicine, girl.
now I can. The sad thing is I've actually had to do that to both my idiots. And Sirius is a tricky little motherfucker. He'll actually hold it like in his cheek and then like pretend like I'll walk off and he'll spit out the pill. And I'm like, what did you do? How'd you do that? But when Habara finally kind of like moves her hand, it's just like, you could have just woken me up. I'll willingly take the fucking good berry. You didn't have to do that. I'm not a poodle.
It was easier this way. She goes back to Perry. Here. Hands him the rope. You're in charge of Thelvar.
Still? Okay.
Yes. Okay, now you can wake him up.
Who's waking him?
Clue is slapping him in the face.
Charming.
Thelvar, you feel a sharp, intense pain on the side of your face, and you open your eyes up. You're still like really low on health points, right?
I mean, he also gets a long rest.
Yeah, he had the long rest, so he should be at full.
Okay, all right. So yes, you feel.
But he's tied up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is tied up.
You can't. It's very difficult for you to move. You're quite restrained. But when you open your eyes, you just see the same dusty place. Feels like you had a really intense dream where you almost got sucked into a painting that moved and then had a fight with it feels like it was a dream.
Hey, Thelvar, what's your opinion on chalk-based painting?
What? Oh, where am I? What? Oh, what a
What's
weird
the last thing
dream.
you remember?
We came into this place. We got through the door, and then it's just fuzzy. I don't know. I just know I had this really strange dream.
Yeah, it wasn't a dream, bud. Everything. Yeah. You killed Perry.
I mean, he didn't kill him. Like, Barry's over there. He's not a ghost. They'll just stabs Ibarra straight in the face.
Well, I mean, Perry.
Ibarra thought I was a ghost.
What?
I mean, I assume she's been acting like you're a ghost. That much for sure.
I'm very confused. Anyway,
We'll talk about that later.
I'm going to take it as a compliment.
Confused?
I mean, I'm always confused, but that's a different story. Anyway, we kind of had to knock you out. And
Some of us better at it than others.
Yes.
yeah,
yes,
well, we were
if
trying not
I
to
were-
do that initially.
If I was
'cause-
killing people, that was definitely a good call.
I mean, we tried to do it non-violently at first, but then suddenly saw shit in the dark, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah, we originally didn't try to kill you, because we thought that we could just kind of get you away from the evil painting thing. And the look on Mara's face is like, how do I describe this and not sound like a crazy person? But that didn't work. Perry went down, and Friend did not want to get involved because he did not want to hurt you. So,
Oh, and Mara, don't forget, almost got pulled into the Fresco too.
who's saying that?
Sorry, I was just reminding you in case you forgot from the last time. My
Yes. Do you really think Mara was going to admit to her own failure?
bad. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, it was an enchanting fresco, so you got mind controlled.
I mean, it's a penis now. It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, now we're 8 hours behind our original game plan.
Oh, and
I am
don't
so sorry,
mind
everyone. I don't know how that happened.
You were possessed by a painting. It's fine. It happens to everybody.
it's a trap.
Does it, Mara? I distinctly remember it not happening to most people.
Yeah.
Bara's nodding at that.
But are you people? Aren't you an elf?
Elves are still people, you're racist.
Oh, are we going there?
No, now, like, Mara gets quiet because she's like, but wait, are elves people? Like, not in the sense that they don't deserve rights, but are they people or are they just humanoids? Or is that racist calling them humanoids? Should humans be elvenoids? And then she just kind of
All those are the same things.
Well, that's the point. She's spiraling. She's like,
well,
what?
she's having an identity crisis. Let's try and get up there.
Mara's gone into why is there air mode.
Yeah. Mara, trying not to sound crazy.
Went crazy.
Sounds just as
That's a new
crazy
one,
as I have.
actually. Also, it's still tied up. Like, everybody's fucking off, like manacled and tied.
It's just
Okay, so
someone mind like untying me.
That's your punishment.
I mean, Clue just turns around and just goes, actually, that reminds me, we need rope, so I'll tie him.
No.
We need rope.
Well, then
mean-
the manacles stay on.
I mean, Hamara is at the bridge
Mhm.
waiting for Clue to bring her the pittance and hammer and rope and stuff.
Oh yeah, Clue also has his own rope. Well, how to get stuff over.
How am I supposed to fight with my hand manacled behind my back?
Well, let's just say when it comes to it, we can unmanacle you and then you could fight. This is more of a protection protocol. We understand that you might currently not be enchanted, but we don't want to take the risk of you still being enchanted.
Well,
That made sense in my head.
If what you're saying and I was enchanted, surely if I was still enchanted, I would have gone back to attacking you.
Yeah, but we don't know
Or
if
you've gotten smarter. Huh? Ever think about that? Although, I mean, guess we should just... we destroyed the fresco. It's been 8 hours. Don't think there's a lot of spells that can deal with that.
Yeah, but we don't know for sure.
Eh,
I mean, Hibera left Perry in charge. He's the one literally holding the leash.
Perry, it's up to you.
At least get the rope off so that we can use it.
All right.
I mean,
Alright.
he's a
bearing in mind,
mage.
Thelvar doesn't know what's going on. How do people expect Thelvar to climb up a rope with his hands mantled behind his back?
An elaborate pulley system.
But just tie it onto the manacles and pull Thelvar off. It's easy.
Yeah.
Won't have to climb it
Ooh,
all.
that's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, that's gonna pop some shoulders.
Yeah. You know, if
That is legit a form of torture.
if Habara
So if
had
we
done
do
a proper
that-
Shibari harness, then yeah, suspension wouldn't have been so much of a problem. But yeah, just dragging me up by the manacles behind my back, yeah, that's not
That's
going to go
a-
well.
Does Hibara know how to do a Shibari harness?
Maybe.
I don't think we should doubt if Habara knows or not.
I mean, she's demonstrated some competency in rope abilities.
This is very true. Also, Habara is very scary. Is Habara still kind of looking very grumpy pants?
Oh yeah, she's been grumpy this whole time.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with like basically Mara like not seeing though Habara looking as angry is just kind of like, I've seen Lord of the Rings. I've seen what angry elves can do. I'm not fucking with that. And just kind of following Clue.
All right, the radicals will stay on until it's time for Thelvar to climb.
Climb where?
We'll let you know in a moment.
Will is handing over to rope and some pitons to Hibara.
And you do realize that if I was still hostile, I don't exactly need my hands to fight. I could.
Oh yeah, maybe we should shove something in his mouth as well then.
Anyone have a dirty sock?
That wouldn't help you either.
I mean, you can't hold a sword without hands. It's pretty hard to cast spells without being able to say anything.
Subtle spell.
I mean, it's still harder.
Look, I don't want to be the one to spoil this wonderful conversation, but
With subtle spell and a spell focus, I can cast spells just by willing them.
I mean, can you hold a spell focus right now?
I'm wearing a spell focus.
I mean, also they're just manacles. They're not like weird glove things.
I'm so confused as to where people are.
I mean, to be honest, the problem is normally you also like have to aim your spells in some sense, which is hard when you're actively tied down.
look, the manacles are just there so that Hibara doesn't kill us all. Okay?
I mean, Perry's in charge. Everything's up to Perry.
So we'll get to the rope, we'll climb up, take the manacles off so that Thelvar can climb up, and then we won't have to put them on because everybody will know Thelvar's
If
no longer
everyone's
enchanted by a Fresco.
if everyone's climbing up, how are you going to take my manacles off when you're all up there and I'm still down here?
Clearly, like one person needs to still be down for us to do this, but
But if you're worried that I'm still hostile, does it make sense to leave one person alone with me to take the manacles off?
I mean, I can do it. I can just turn invisible and fuck
for
off.
all of you to still be here to defend in case I go berserk. I mean, you're
He just thinks you're still
really
hostile.
following through here.
Would you move me to the bridge layer, Kristi?
Yeah, move Mara and friend to that layer too. Mara basically
Nope,
can't
you
go up
guys
there
have,
yet,
you
but
have
there's
roles.
a bar.
You
I'm
have,
gonna,
you
like,
have
as all of
roles to
this-
do. You have roles to do before you can
Oh.
get up there.
well,
Well,
we're
Thelvar doesn't. She can turn into a lizard and just walk up there.
oh
Okay, but is she doing that?
Yeah, that was the pledge. Like, I was waiting for the conversation to have a brief moment because Boo gave her the pittance and stuff. So she cast mage armor, turned into a lizard, walk up a wall.
But come on, people. Use your logic, people.
We are. We don't think you're actually hostile. We're just doing this so that Hibara doesn't go mad and burn us. So, yeah, it'll just be last two of us to go up, take the manacles off you, send you up, and then
The 4 drow
hopefully, once you're up there, having not killed anybody, Hibara will be satisfied.
I don't. If Barbara was worried, I'm sure she would be here. I mean, if she's expecting us all to climb up, she would expect me to be unmanacled by the time I got up there anyway. So what does it matter when you take it off?
As you are having this conversation, the 4 drow walk up and see Hibara, what she's doing, so they all just cast levitate, and they all just start floating up to the next level.
Show-offs.
Wait, did Mara go to the wrong part of the where?
If she can see her, she's right on the screen. If you can't, it's because...
So over here?
Yeah, you might not be able to see that
Where
part
Clue
yet.
is? So Clue's where...
On top now.
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
This
so
is the
yeah, we're
second
just going to grab Thelvar's manacles and take him over to the spot.
Mara goes ahead and goes, Thelvar, I understand that this is very uncomfortable for you. And you think that we are being... Okay, here we go. Thelvar, I know that you think that we're being irrational, but as of right now,
Oh, that makes more sense.
This is for not only to keep Hibara from blowing us all up because she is very angry, but it also is to make us feel a little bit better just for the duration until we have to climb the rope. I will go ahead and stay behind and unmanacle you so you can climb. Again, I know this seems irrational. I get it. I really do. But you have to understand where we're coming from. We just fought you not 8 hours ago. Give us a little bit of time to process that trauma so that we can move forward. Okay? Can we do that?
Whatever, but your logic still is faulty.
Yes, but trauma doesn't necessarily mean that we think rationally. So just let's move on. Okay?
I'll just point out how utterly scary it is when you wake up and the first thing you see is a very angry looking Hibara on fire. That's why.
I mean, at this point, you're all acting so erratically that I don't know that you're not the ones that are charmed or...
All right, Thelvar, you have two choices right now. You can either be unmanacled right now and get the fuck out, or you could stay manacled and move forward. Because right now we are currently dealing with trauma. Trauma does not necessarily make sense. And you are basically invalidating us by saying that, yeah, I've already said, I know this doesn't make sense. We're trying to move on. Let's move on. But if you don't want to move on, then you can go away and we can move on without you.
All right, while you're having this conversation, I need a dex saving throw from Hibara.
A dex saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
But it just doesn't make sense. You're only like buying yourself like a minute
It doesn't-
top. It doesn't.
It doesn't have to make sense to you,
Hibara's
Thelvar.
dead.
Yeah, as you're talking, Hibara like falls through of the bridge above you.
I mean, that's on top of Blue, right? Can he try and catch her?
You see
He's a
lizard fall?
lizard.
Shit.
Oh,
I mean, it's easy to catch a lizard.
I
You
mean,
see
plus she
the
also
lizard?
weighs all of like a couple ounces.
So what would that be? Acrobatics or
Okay. I thought I didn't realize you were your before you would actually be able to make it
Yeah.
across. Okay.
She
All right.
also
You hear
she climbed up the
Yeah.
wall straight here, so she would have just been a doop 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 and walked over the ledge.
But there are some rocks that come crumbling down from above you as this conversation is happening. Just FYI, they're like, you have to like step out of the way of some falling stones and not big rocks, but like small ones. As she kind of like disturbs, parts of what's above you on the bridges. So just because Hibara went ahead and moved, and so I had to react. So it'd be easier if y'all just stayed together and didn't go off, so I don't have to interrupt the role play. So okay.
Mara takes a deep breath, nose meeting the steeple of her hands, and she's like, Thelvar, please, please, can we move forward? I understand we can cross this bridge of you thinking that we're being irrational when we get back to the tavern. Right?
You can see where we're climbing up.
I know.
It takes like 30 seconds and then you'll be taking the manacles off. What does it matter if you take them off here or over there?
At this point, Jarlaxle and Felric come floating down and sort of stand on either side of Felric, or of Thelvar. And Jarlaxle looks at you deeply in the eyes, Mara, and says, do you want him up?
Take him up, please. And
Hands
with
off me.
and there
going
is
anywhere.
a heavy sigh.
Thelvar, please, can we just move on? We'll get you unmanacled once we get to the top. You're clearly fine. He's clearly fine, everyone. And my people will watch him, all right? We haven't gotten involved yet because you haven't asked, but if you want, we'll make sure it's okay.
I truly appreciate it.
Can't you just fly all of us up then?
If you ask, yes. I mean, we've been sat
Why are
here.
we doing this entire rope shit in that case?
Well, I mean, we didn't want to
Because
get in
we
your
like
way.
problem solving.
Felric told us that Hibara had seen him float before several times. We just thought you guys wanted to do it your own way. Not rely on us, Be your own adventurers.
Ironically, that is also exactly the same logic Hibara had, or why she did not just ask them.
But yes, I'm happy to. Let's
I
just
like
take...
your solution. I like my own crew solution, but yeah, we can save so much time if we just float up there.
All right, so our honored guest goes up first. Come on, Thelvar, please. I invite you. Would you like to trip up?
I'm not going anywhere until these manacles are removed.
Please, I will vouch for him. I've seen these enchantments before. I appreciate your concern and didn't want to get involved with your things, but he's fine.
Well, he's on his way up, and I said let's take them off. I said they'd be taken off before he goes up, so
There'll
I'll
be
take them
4
off now.
guns. Yes, there'll be 4 guns pointed at him if he looks to attack anyone who is an enemy of ours.
Hibara is already up there. Mara is massaging her temples. The manacles may be taken off.
Thank you.
So Perry goes over to take the manacles off.
Perry has the key.
Who needs a key? Perry has
magic hands.
That is true.
Fucking magic hands.
The manacles are released, and Thelvar, you can rub your wrists or whatever if you'd like.
Rubs the wrists, rolls the shoulders. Oh, how long
That way that they grab and float.
How long was I in that position? My arms are so tired.
8 hours.
8 hours?
Well, we had to knock you out, and then we took a long rest. So 8 hours.
So, Lord Thelvar, are you ready for your escort?
Yes, indeed. Take me up.
All right. So he and Felric basically they step closer and they kind of encourage you to put your arms around their shoulders so they can grab you sort of around the waist and float up. And when they do, kind of put your feet on top of their feet to give you a bit more steadiness so you don't feel like you're going to drop. And they lift you up and carry you, rise up 60 feet into this toe. And they place you there in front of this big adamantite door in front of you.
That
Okay,
wasn't
good.
me.
That was what.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
Fred.
Fred.
Oh, the voter.
The hat.
The hat. I'm trying to see where. Can you ping? Your icons are all very small. At this
Direct.
point.
Thelvar is directly in front of
Oh.
Mara.
Purple border.
A saloon and Kribbig are just sort of floating. You know, they don't want to step down on the ground in case it gives way. Who's next?
Thelvar doesn't see this, but as Thelvar like floats off, like Mara just is like, as if she is holding like a cutting board, is banging it against her face. Just kind of like, why me? God damn it.
But see things from Thelvar's point of view. He's woken up, he's tied up, he's manacled,
Mara
and
gets
people
it.
are acting very strange, telling him he's been doing shit that he doesn't remember doing.
Mara gets
And everyone's
it. Mara
acting
gets
very,
it.
very weird.
No, Mara totally gets it. That's why she's banging her head against the wall, because like for her, it's just like, this is a circular I've had these circular arguments with my father all the time. So it's one of those things where you're like, I can't get out of the circle no matter how hard I try. And then the second I get out of the circle, I'm just like, what just fucking happened?
At least we didn't point out that turns out Hibara thought Pei was a ghost.
Yes, we finally got to that point.
See, that could have been interesting.
By the way, Hibara is technically standing in a door, so she's
On the door. She's
Okay.
still a lizard.
Okay.
That was the investigation because I was like, huh, well, fancy is this door, Kristi? But I was waiting
It's
for a
quite
moment to ask
fancy.
that.
Yes. So they are very large adamantite doors that sorry, you guys skipped some room, so I have to scoop ahead. Yes, and it seems to be giving off a slight magical glow on it near the door handle. So that's what you see, Hibara, and that's what Thelvar will see, and the rest of you will see when you get up there. So who's next?
Sees Lizard Hibara crawling over the door. I was like, Hibara, is that you?
How does Hibara respond?
Lizard. Lizard action. I'm like, what do lizards do? They just go. They don't really do anything. They're not like snakes.
Just do like those weird like push-ups lizards always like started to do.
Oh, a little like shaky push-up thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that.
It can still like nod your head as a lizard.
Oh, have you seen the lizards that do like the dance up and down the like? They put some Michael Jackson music to it because it looked like it was moonwalking.
There's a lot of lizards that do like weird backwards walks.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so just sort of lizard wiggling and crawling over the door.
They're all acting so strangely down there.
All right. By this time, yes,
At
Jarlaxle.
this point, Perry's going to tell the albatross to go up.
Okay. I don't have a. Do you have a token? I will have to get a token for that for the next session. All right. So, yeah, they land back down. Who's next? Does everyone want to lift, or do people want to try to climb? Okay.
Fly me up there.
Perry will take the lift.
At this point, and Kribbig are also still floating, but you're kind of running out of room before the bridge starts to look a bit dodgy. What would you do about
Okay, let's open that door. Well, first of all, Clue's gonna have a look at the door and check it for any traps.
that? Yep.
So investigation, I assume.
Yep, investigation. And why don't you also roll Arcana?
25.
Yep, that went well.
And then Arcana 16.
Yeah, this has got some sort of very it has a spell on it. 16. I don't know that you could. Yeah, it's some sort of.
Well,
you can infer what kind of it's going to be a lock spell of some type or something related to doors. But yes.
First thing first, Clue is gonna cast Mage Hand and try and open the handle using that, just to see if it explodes on him.
All right. Actually, I am going to have to get out my player's manual in order to look this spell up.
It's just a spec. I mean, I can give you.
I have to look at the
description.
particulars of how this particular spell works. So hold on, just one second.
It's a floating
I got
hand.
a bookshelf. Well, my books are only on my way.
Yeah, I think she's looking up the spell that's on the door rather than the mage hand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was
Okay.
about to say.
I'm going to grab some water real quick. BRB.
All right. So while I look this up, I don't know if you guys want to talk about the space issue and what you're going to do, because we've kind of stopped now. We've got some people on the ground, some people up above. So while Clue's looking at that, if you guys want to have a little discussion, it would give me time to look at the spell.
It looks like there's
enough space for one person.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You could probably get one more person up there.
Well, one person not in the shit part, I guess I should say.
Yes, yeah. Before you're gonna get to start putting weight on there, you might have to do
Yeah.
more deck saves, shall we say? Oh, okay. All right, I see how this works. Let me just read it over one more time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me cross-reference that against the other information in a different book. My God, I feel like I have an undergraduate degree in D&D at this point. Okay, let's see. Clue, you did really well on your investigation, right? And you got a 16
On the Arcana.
on the Arcana. I'm gonna say that you don't know. What you can infer is that something about this spell. The 16 is pretty high, so I can't give you the precision part of it. But you think that there's it would somehow like interfere with your work, making it more difficult for you to be successful to pick it. But you don't think that you don't see anything that looks like a fire trap or a mechanism that would go off.
Okay, so it's just a difficult lock and not like something that would actually like fuck with him.
Yeah,
and
you've
trying
seen
to pick
enough.
it.
Yeah, you've seen enough runes now to kind of recognize an explosive rune or other things that are more like, like damage dealing. And this doesn't seem to have any of those characteristics.
Okay. In that case, he is just gonna get his thief tools out and just hope he can pick it.
Okay.
Thief tools. Smith. He's
You
not
can-
doing his best.
Yeah, you can feel that when you're trying to move it, it's almost as if your hands are jerked a little bit left and right, and so the kind of precision movements that you would normally count on being able to do, it's almost like there's a wind or something, gusts that force your instruments back and forth, and so you think just on your own, you don't know if you'd be able to keep it steady enough to pick the lock.
Yeah, okay. He is gonna just sort of ask Felric to bring Perry up
Bar
here.
help him as a lizard.
I don't think that in this case the lizard
Ibar
could...
does not know how to pick locks.
That too.
Yeah, so
So,
Darla and go. I think that's right. Yes. And they're going to go back. They think they checked out. Looking at this, they've checked of the and even though they're not together. It's the time between Mara and friend. They're at least close. That's everyone, right?
okay.
And I can zoom in on the.
Clue's just gonna carefully shuffle over to
that's
give
the same.
Harry space. He's also gonna try and help him, so he has advantage while trying to pick that lock.
Mars squeaked when she went flying. It's like, really? Not what I wanted.
And Jarlaxle gives a small.
Holy
That's a shit roll. Oh, at
wow!
least you have
I
the
rolled
second one.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yes, I have my psychic knack, which is
Hero
1d8
point.
for this, isn't it?
Inspiration, whatever. One game.
Is it
I mean,
1d8?
yeah. The psychic knack is a
Isn't it?
1d8.
Yeah.
Inspiration is a reroll.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you'd like.
So psychic knack. A 7.
So 20.
So 21.
Yes. With the
21.
two of you. Because you're working with advantage. Yes. It's still successful. I can't be more successful than you open the lock. That's the max. That's
Just open the
100%.
lock and just money starts pouring
Yeah, like
out
the
of it.
2021. Yeah, that's like it turns into a cash machine, fruit machine. All right. Yeah. You managed to get the lock, but the door itself, when you go, you can see from the way that it's built that it pushes in, and but it looks incredibly heavy, even having picked the lock.
Oh, God damn it. We're gonna need Mara in that case, aren't we?
Thelvar didn't do a very good job of it.
Yep.
No,
Clue
you pushed
is-
on it, but you can feel it's movable, but you couldn't actually get going enough to get it pushed through.
I will also say that Ibarra is on the wall.
Yeah, so that
So-
made it
Yeah,
harder.
Perry didn't help.
Room.
Barry just like runs into the door.
Bonks.
So there's
Lou's not even gonna try. He's gonna just try and carefully shimmy over this to give Mara some space.
I mean, there should be space now.
How much stuff you're carrying right now? What's your weight?
My carrying weight total, I assume. Then
Yes.
I have a total of 81.
Don't forget to subtract the whatchamacallit that you gave Ibarra, all the stuff.
Oh yeah, that's technically, I think
Is that 81 kilograms?
that's rope. Pounds, I think it's
Okay.
automatically put in, but actually it's only 71 because I don't need to pit on very much.
Yeah. The thing is, you're a tiefling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say that your total is probably 70 plus 180 at the minimum.
I do not know what normal body weights in pounds are.
Yeah, I guess
To be entirely
that would be
frank.
incredibly
160 to 180, depending on how tall
Yeah.
he is.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
6 feet, so probably. I mean,
Yeah,
he's not
180.
bulky, but at the same time, he's.
Well, whatever it is, it's
Mhm.
more than the stone can handle. So I need a dex saving throw from you as you cross that area.
I'm at least technically good at those. 16.
16. Let me look to see what the check was. As you step through it, you start to feel it give way under your feet, and as you're losing balance, you throw your the next piece of stone starts to give way, but because your forward motion has already started, you manage to kind of use your body core and hop over lightly. But this part basically the hole there now. So it's more fragile than it was.
Mhm. Well, good luck with that one, Mara. You need to push the door open.
Yeah, the Jarlaxle and Felric and Saloon and Cripple floating, on either sides of the bridges, not taking up space, so that you all can.
Mara is heavy.
Yeah, you just saw Clue
Um,
dance his way over and part of the bridge fall down, and you heard it hit the stone floor underneath and echo, through the vault.
Mara looks at what just happened and goes, "No, I'm heavy, heavier than you. Muscle ain't light." And she points at all her body, and just goes, "I'm I'm not going over there.
I mean,
not without like a weightless spell or something.
I mean, how do we get over there?
Can I just interrupt for a second
mhm.
while you think? Because this whole time I've been looking at the game sort of top down because of the map,
Mhm.
right? But for some reason, Kelsey, when you just started talking about, started describing what she saw, my mind just immediately went POV to what Mara would have seen, right? So she's standing down this bridge with no railings, right? It's just stone, suspended over darkness, nothing. At the other end are your friends with some lanterns against this big, huge metal door. And you've just watched Clue, this tiefling, start to walk over, and then the floor start to, he basically stumbles his way forward. And it was just a beautiful thing to imagine. So thank you. I needed to share that.
You're welcome. Mara, like, nope. Like, even if there's like a little itty bit, no. Then she thinks, so she's like, how the fuck did I get up here? Oh, right. Jalaxel, sweetie.
Yes, Lady Mara. He starts to drift toward you.
Can I get a pick-me-up?
Of course.
Thank you.
He flies over. What side of the bridge do you want to land on? Where do you want to go?
Right here.
So you would sort of under the bridge, come up again, sort of right alongside you. He would then turn his back. So if you wanted to do like a piggyback ride.
No, he's not going to princess carry her.
Apparently I'm not worthy of Princess Carrie.
Well,
He step his game up.
Right? He messing his game. He got no game now. But Mara, like, he displays his back, and Mara's just like, and like wraps her arms around his neck, and like kind of does like what little kids do, like the second they get the chance to do a piggyback ride, and goes, Jalaxel, just to kind of make sure she has a good grip.
Do you really want to do that on someone that's floating in midair 30 foot up?
Yes. You always do that when you do pig. Yes.
Cause some damage, which will cause them to do a concentration check.
It's just a little, like, really?
Yes,
like, every single kid I know has always done the, like, random, like, I got to
interfere with their concentration.
Whatever. He's fine.
You're trying to make him laugh, right?
It's more of like like an adult, like when a kid does it, it's funny. I'm not trying to kill him.
All right. Okay.
It's more.
You're a huge bloody barbarian strangling the guy who's floating.
I'm built like a monk. Just got a tiny bit of barbarian brain. That's it.
I just kind of picture her like her arm coming over. Like, not around his neck so much as like around his chest and under his arm, so she's kind of got it hooked.
Oh no! No, it's right around around the neck, but like
kids
like
getting
loosely
piggyback ride, so just like hugging around the neck.
Right,
and
but
just, like,
is your
choking the
forearm
life out of him.
is your forearm against his hyoid bone? Or
it would be for it would be for like,
or is it in the
2
crook?
seconds. It would be for like 2 seconds, just enough to be like, I am here, and then like release. Again, it's like when kids get a piggyback ride and the first thing they do is like try to squeeze the life out of you.
Okay. Is this where I make a choking joke?
Yes. That's kind of the point. She's going, this is not how you were supposed to do this.
All right. So he you sort of like leap on. He grabs you under the knees, to sort of steady you, and also sort of kind of like widens himself a bit out a little bit more, so you're not feeling like you're sliding so much, and float with you. Right here, before just floating there. I think you'd want to be carried like a princess, given you're a warrior.
Whatever you say, Buttercup. And she steps down, dusts off her, just kind of dusts herself off, like, dust my shoulders off. And Okay, now how do I open this goddamn door?
All right, you need an athletics check.
All right.
Would
Oh, I have
inform
to
you
fix
that it
mine.
was like it pushes in, so you would know that.
Okay. All right. I had to go back because I'm back to 3.
Yeah.
So sad. Oh, come on. Too bad I didn't do that with.
With it, yeah, you didn't ask
I
anyone
mean,
to
if
help.
somebody was helping.
You want to try it again
Did-
this time?
did
You want to
anyone
ask
wanna help?
someone?
Oh, wait, we could do it with inspiration.
Well, you could just roll with advantage. But
That too.
if other
right.
people are pushing on, maybe Perry will help again. By the way, I pictured Perry, Perry's hands going against the door and actually his feet just sliding out underneath him as he pushed with the dust. So.
Oh, okay. Perry, you want to help me? And she kind of looks down at him and winks.
Might more sense for me to help.
I'm still mad at you. No, that would absolutely be awesome. Thank you.
All right,
Well,
so
everybody
Thelvar,
helping.
Yes.
Thelvar leans in, Perry gets underneath and pushes. And with a
Luke gives
20.
him thumbs up from a distance.
Door. Yeah. Or I would actually technically go put away in. So what you see is a room, again like the rest of the vault. The stone masonry is very much identical as it just sort of goes through. Go in there now, right? I can also just if you want to get
I mean, Clue and friends still need to go over the bridge, but
Yes.
Clue's gonna
Well,
go first.
So
I mean, Clue and Fred trust themselves.
Taxi!
So, since it is a dex save, right?
Go.
I mean, I assume that's just raw dex for, yeah.
With how bad we've been rolling today, do you really want to try that?
Yes.
I know,
Wouldn't-
right?
Right, try it.
Wouldn't it also be acrobatics? 'Cause
It's-
it's now a hole.
all right, who was that? Was that Clue?
Yep.
All right, Clue.
That was the nimble weight. That was Fred.
And is having a bad
Oh,
time.
okay.
I
Yeah.
did warn you.
It's fine. He's metal.
Right. So that is. He goes tumbling down 60 feet. So he's going to take 5 times d6.
I mean, halved, because that would be non-magical bludgeoning damage, I assume.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, it is blood. It's not magical bludgeoning. So yeah, it takes 10 damage.
Yeah, that hurts.
Oh, by the way, it was on a different page. I'm sorry. Please retcon this. That when you're standing in front of the big double doors, the adamantine doors that you've just opened, it is embossed with images of dwarf warriors in plate armor, and that's what Hibara was kind of climbing over, these sort of embossed artwork of dwarves in plate armor. Okay, so with that, now friends down on the bottom.
Sorry. Glee's just like, I'm looking down. Can you guys pick him up?
Yeah, this time Kribbig in sort of pushes Saloon in the shoulder, and they both descend and bring a friend back up.
Our friend.
Ugh.
I'm very much
We're
very
just-
happy that everyone seems to be getting along again. So. And it was also following because their language is expanding, so they are understanding more of what happened now. Okay. Yes. All right. So you walk in this that basically makes up the room.
Clue still needs to get over the bridge.
Oh yes.
So,
Sorry, I did. I thought you'd rolled. Go ahead.
I mean, he knows it's gonna be crumbling down, so he's just gonna take a step back, just full on, just start to sprint run over it, trying to uses momentum to spend as little time on the disintegrating stonework. Just
Okay.
kind of like
You still
bolt over
make
it.
it. Sure, you roll. What
Isn't
you're
that-
trying to go for.
Isn't there a jump action?
Didn't get fucked out.
Yeah, it still takes an athletics or acrobatics roll though. So
23.
Clue. You go tumbling down.
I use inspiration to reroll that I have a 23 now.
Has it come through yet? Oh, I don't see it yet.
Yeah, on my end. So has it not come
Okay.
through yet on your end?
No, roll
Not on
20 is
here.
being
Dropped on
quiet.
our end.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
It says 23. I
Okay.
mean,
Oh, there.
And
Yeah.
there it is.
Took like a full minute.
that took a while.
Move over. At the back of this room, you can see a painted armored battle axe and wearing a mask and standing at the end of this 25-foot high room. And then in front of the statue, set into the floor, is an adamantine trapdoor with a pull ring along one side. And that's what you see in this room.
Is the mask removable?
Sorry, I missed that, Sib.
So, is the mask removable?
Let me see. No, the mask is part of the statue.
Ah, okay.
How big
but
is the trapdoor?
It is set into the floor, so I'm going to say it's like a 5x5 square, and I'll just like draw a little 5. Yeah, absolutely perfect.
And then there's a statue in the square behind it.
Does anyone feel lucky in doing a religion check as you're looking at the statue? You have to be in the room though to be. You can have a look.
I mean,
As far as I'm
Clue is
Mine's
pretty
well
sure
versed.
religions exist, and that's about it.
yeah, Mara is the only one who knows about Jarlaxle. Mara knows his
Yep.
religion. I guess it must be the book she was reading or something. All right, so 2 people, that was it, right? Mara and Thelvar were the 2 people who rolled. So both of you would recognize this as depicting Gorm Gulfin, who is the dwarven god of vigilance, also known as Fire Eyes.
Mara sees this and just goes, Mad-Eye Moody! Constant vigilance! And then is like dead.
with that, Thelvar moves right to the side of the room. Just in case, I wouldn't stand in front of this thing.
Oh shit.
Clue's just gonna walk straight up to it and investigate.
Okay, what are you investigating?
The statue.
Can I have an investigation roll? 10? Yeah, it's a statue.
What are these rolls?
Seems
Thelvar
to
will
be-
investigate from the side as well,
Okay,
not from directly in front.
yes. So one thing that you notice
Thelvar's still stealing all the good ones.
is that the statue itself doesn't seem to have been like moved here or placed here. It's almost there's no gap in the base. It seems to be contiguous out of a single rock, so it just sort of like seamlessly rises out of the floor, and it's very dusty, and that's otherwise it's pretty much just looks like this dwarven god of vigilance, an armored axe wearing a mask. The thing is, when I read this today earlier, I thought they meant like a face covering like we wear. I was like, that wouldn't make any sense. Why would he wear an N95? So I assume it's more like a Zorro mask.
Uh, guess we're investigating.
Do you reckon this is another test or a trap?
I mean, I see a trapdoor. Should probably try and open that.
Right in front of a statue of a god of vigilance known as Fire Eyes.
Flame resistance. We just start pulling on the ring.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Told you.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, so as you pull, you start to hear a whoop, and you look up in time to see the eyes of the statue lighting up, and you dodge out of the way as magical fire springs from them at the place where you were standing.
I mean, at least we confirmed it.
Yeah, well, you don't have to get yourself killed in order to investigate.
I have fire resistance. It was fine.
Fire resistance is not fireproof.
Yeah, close enough. Well, now the real question is that a trap we need to disable to open this thing up, or is this a decoy to start with?
I say we talk to Hibara about that, since she is the resident fire druid.
She is currently still a lizard on the statue's head.
Mm-hmm.
Hibara, what do you have to say about this? Also, it's not super helpful if you're a lizard, and Mara's like looking at the lizard saying this.
Lizard climbs on the thing's face and I guess investigate the eyes. Lord. It's
Okay.
not terrible.
Yeah, they look to be, stones. There might be some magic, obviously, on them, but you can't sort of tell what kind of magic.
So, the eyes are not holes, and the eyes are the same stone or a separate stone.
Oh, sorry. Let me see. Known as fire eyes. All right, yeah, I already did it. Sorry, yeah. So, in the statue, when you look in, like, you can see behind the mask there are some glinting of like stone, reflective, back there.
Okay. Yeah. Then she just tap little lizard hands, point at the eyes.
Clue's actually gonna be smart, move out of the way, and then he's gonna cast Mage Hand to try and pick those out.
Okay.
So it's not in front of them.
Mage Hand, you can go ahead and give me a sleight.
Move to this end of the room.
Give me a sleight of hand. Who knows? You might roll a 20.
Sleight of hand, 14.
14.
I'll also say that Hibara moved back to the top of its head after.
Yes. So when you go to with the mage hand, you can't really get a purchase because the stones are like set in sort of like behind the stone, and then it seemed to be kind of like, like they wheeled it in and then covered a little bit around it, so it's not very easy to get out unless you were to smash it.
Okay.
They're not glued on with paste, Yeah.
Okay, so somebody's gonna need to just punch these things head off. Which
he's gonna reach into one of his pockets and pull out a set of jeweler's tools.
Okay. And go ahead and
presumably climb the statue and try to extract the eyes.
Yeah,
since that seems to be what everyone's wanting to do.
Clue, did you want to use your mage hand in any way to help, or do you want to? Since it's still would be going.
If all to do with those.
Okay, Perry, do you want to make the roll with your tools?
Okay.
And then add the proficiency on top of that, right? Because it's not built in. Is that right?
You should be able, because if you select it, then it asks which thing you're using it with, and then submit, and then it should. Yeah, 7 is definitely with proficiency added.
Okay. Weren't you doing it though with advantage because Clue was helping you?
Yeah.
Because with the mage hand or whatever.
Oh, wait. I'll roll it one more time.
Yeah. So you get a second roll. That's better, yeah. So doing it with an advantage. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right. Yeah, you managed to pop out 2 red quartz gemstones. If someone in the team has the appraisal ability, I think from your Ack Inc stuff. I think the Hordes person, maybe?
That's investigation?
Yep. See how accurately you can assess them.
Not very, but are they magical?
They are not themselves magical. The statue seems to have the magic. It works through them. Because there's still kind of like a bit of a magic on the statue itself. But Perry, you think that, I mean, you probably couldn't get 20 for them? I don't know, somewhere between like 5 and 15 maybe, depending on... It's hard to see in the dark light the quality of the flaws. Like 5
That
15
was red quartz crystals. Okay.
Okay, does someone want to try the trap door again?
And Clue's just gonna mage hand it, because he remembers he has that.
Yep, you go ahead and give me, I guess, a strength check, but no, it can only pull up 10 pounds, can it, mage hand?
Yeah.
So it's not able to lift. No, it's not able to lift.
I mean, but it's not making the statue go off at the very least.
No, it doesn't seem to affect the statue because it doesn't really seem to be pulling on it. I think
Okay.
You've got the fire resistance.
I mean, if Clue didn't need a strength check, I feel like he wouldn't be able to get much over 10 pounds either. So
Right.
he's fairly certain, like, the statue won't do fire again. So he's gonna walk up and just try and manually pull it.
Okay, what was your last athletics check on that? Do you remember what your...
He hasn't done any.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't done any athletics checks on it yet.
Okay, so I thought I'd missed it and I hadn't. Okay, yep, go ahead and do an athletics check on it.
Ready to fit? Yay! Roll a 2!
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
How is Perry better at athletics?
Because the Clue has noodle arms. We've established this. Farah, help. He's gonna sulk in the corner.
Oh, by the way, I still need another dex saving throw from you. Because once you made contact with it twice, that's when it went off. Yep, you're fine. But then it goes.
Mara,
Yeah, so still on fire.
I'm sorry, I forgot that you guys took the eyes out. Mostly because I just invented that along the way because I accidentally said gemstones. And so I just gave you guys some treasure that wasn't in the book. But no, it doesn't go off this time because you've disarmed it. I'll say.
So Mara, Clue goes, Mara hears Clue go, help! And Mara just shakes her head and goes, damn his noodle arms. And walks up to the trapdoor, which is the statue, right?
It's right in front of the statue.
It's in front of the statue.
So Mara goes ahead and looks at the statue, waves at it, looks at the trapdoor, and...
All right. You pull, and you know you're pulling, like, hard. Give me an insight check.
Fucking kidding me.
You're like, you kind of like, I know it's like, usually it's other people's stuff, but like, this isn't real. This isn't an actual trap. Like, nothing here is moving. This is like pulling on the dirt.
So this is just the wrong room. This is just a trap room. Okay.
Fuck's sake.
So no one else knows this but Mara. So I like how everybody just bounces. Guys, I haven't said anything. Thelvar, where you go? Mark could have just said this. Like Mark could have just kept this to herself and go, Thelvar, maybe you should try and lifting this thing. Mara can't do it. Maybe Thelvar can. But no.
Thelvar just watched Mara straining at this thing and like not budging it like at all. So yeah.
So Thelvar just is like, I'm gonna fuck off. Okay, cool. At least Thelvar is now pulling a clue.
There's no point being in there anymore.
So
I can't leave all of many that are basically taking up.
Yo, we're stuck in this room.
Yeah. You decide what you want to do.
Guys, bad news. Wrong fucking door.
We're in the room where it happened.
Taxi to the next bridge, please.
Do you want one or one at the?
I mean, Bar already checked the end one, but if this one's a trap,
Habara hasn't checked any rooms on this
no,
level.
I mean, when originally during the Thelvar fight, you went up and saw onto the first bridge.
No, she saw the hallway at the top of the stairs, which was very long and went downward.
Yeah, so the hallway, you know, when you were on the other side, Clue, you were basically right next to the hallway you haven't been in yet.
Okay. Well, to be honest, it might just also be in the opposite side of this bridge, for all we know.
Basically, these stairs here lead down to where the fresco is.
Wait.
Correct. Yeah.
Wait, did we actually check the end of this bridge, like the other end? Because we checked this end.
Nope.
I mean, Habara came up on this end.
Habara's been here and has seen down here. So
I mean, guess we should.
she extrapolated that the bridges come across. So
Okay. I mean, guess at this point maybe we should do some divide and conquering, have people go to different ends and just see where the thing that actually gives it. I'll check the other side of this bridge, I guess. He just runs over it again. He does not learn.
All right. Well, you can also do an athletics check if you want.
I mean, I'm actually better at saves than I am at any other check. So 13, which is bad, I assume.
Let me check the distance on that, because you do have. I mean, it is pointed out you do have a jump ability. That's 10 times your strength, so you'd have what? Not
minus 10 feet. I can
right.
only
But then
jump
there's
backwards.
a minimum.
wow.
If the drow got out of the way,
Is it half your movement speed?
I mean, it's supposed to be your strength times 10, but
But for the minimum, isn't it half your movement speed?
I'm sure it isn't, because otherwise you need like high strength before you can get a.
before I need your
I
dexterity
didn't mean to
save.
do that.
I only need a dexterity save if you don't make your acrobatics, or you should to jump over.
Okay, let me just speak.
I mean, that way you can avoid doing. So.
I mean, let me just. Long jump. Put you claims. Long jump, you can cover a number of feet to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet immediately before the jump. Only half the distance. Either way. Oh, it's strength score, not.
Oh, okay. So it's like a 3
bonus.
or 4 or something.
So
okay.
He still has 8 feet.
Okay, so that's how many feet total? Can he do a long jump?
8.
Okay, yeah, it's
8
like
is the
20
total.
some. Yeah, it's like 20 some feet. So
Yeah, so he's gonna actually have to move over it.
yes.
So I assume we still need. I mean, just acrobatics, then I guess.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, if that's your better score, go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, then you can avoid doing a dex save. Yeah,
Okay.
and you are on the other side.
He is gonna run over here
Okay,
and just.
are you guys all right if we just pause and let Clue? If you really quick?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
he's gonna just run around these and just so these three
Okay.
just go out
So,
to the three bridges.
So
Mhm.
so when you get there,
Mhm.
just because I
Mhm.
think it was, you see 3 pillars running the length of a hall. They are also carved to resemble
Mhm.
yes,
Warhammers.
warhammers. Sorry, I was looking at another number with square heads pressing against the floor. Against the west wall, there's a cracked mosaic that you can see running along it. And then where there's an archway where you've just come out, there are 2 more archways that are that run over
Mhm.
the bridge entrances in the same way that you've just come across. Also, your passive perception is what?
It is, if I remember correctly, 21.
Yes. There's also something, your spidey sense is going off
Mhm.
about something to do with the architecture of this hallway.
Okay, guess I'm investigating the general concept of architecture, I guess.
Okay. So, are you... All right. About halfway down the hallway that you're moving, there is a bunch of tiles on the floor that have fallen out of the mosaic that is covering this entire western wall. And you're currently, getting near it.
Okay, guess he is gonna start investigating the mosaic, moving towards the place the tiles fell off.
And hold on a second. As you do. Oh, I'm on the wrong. There's so many things to DM. Yay! As you approach the crack, at you. And it's moving very slowly. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. See
Interesting.
It yet?
Not yet. There it is.
And I'm just wondering, should we pause it there? Because
yeah, maybe.
what I will do is let's set up for the next time. So, Clue, why don't you go ahead? Click. I will also say that you have a free action, or not a round, but a free action to yell out to the other party members if you want.
Yep. He's just gonna yell, ooze, because he doesn't necessarily know it's
Correct.
a black pudding.
Yes.
He just
a black ooze
knows
comes
it looks
shooting.
like an ooze.
Yes. Oh, and did well.
Decent initiative. Come 13. Jesus.
All right. Out loud to your other party member. Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and only because I'm only ending this early because if we get in a battle now, we're going to have to stop in 15 minutes. So, wow, how exciting.
Why the fuck did that thing crit on fucking initiative? Jesus.
Oh yeah, you guys, you'll have a little bit of time of
It's
thinking
still
about
only got 17 overall.
Yeah, that's still faster than Cluedo.
Yeah, from across the way, you guys hear echoing through the vault across the stony walls. Ooze! And scene. Okay. Thank you for a very entertaining session. It was a lot of laughs, and I appreciate everyone. So yes, I guess until then, this time next week, when we will pick up the mystery of can Clue fight a ooze on his own, and for how long?
I think the answer to that's going to be no, because he's going to run away.
Oh, that would be a good choice. All right. Well, all right. Then all that's left to be said is goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Bye, party.
Bye,
Yeah.
party.
Bye, party.
We did the bit.